I always wanted to be an artist, even when I was discouraged to be an artist. And I studied art in university and just kept making my drawings and sculptures and practicing art as an artist now. My research now is looking at contemporary globalism in lithium battery. So that research began because in California, where I live in the desert, there's a place called the Salton Sea, and they're starting to speculate that lithium can be extracted from there. So I'm doing some research there, and I thought it would be interesting when thinking about making work site-specifically and also being an artist that is traveling to different locations. I wanted to think about South Korea as a site of one of the bigger lithium battery producers. A lot of my practice has been interested in thinking about histories of fermentation because fermentation is both a way of food being able to travel across long distance, so it was part of a lot of cross-cultural exchange. Also, I was interested in the way that different yeasts and bacteria and the invisible world has also traveled as part of this trade. For my research here, we have visited Onggi master Oh Hyangjong and learned about the tradition of how these Onggi ceramic vessels were used both for food fermentation and even chamber pots. And I got to see how the Onggi was made very quickly, very expertly, and also hear about some of that history. Also related, we went to the National Museum where we saw the famous Shinan shipwreck and all the ceramics displayed in this kind of almost very visual way of showing the kind of factory production. And so I thought it was interesting that there's this connection in history between ceramics as this really luxury import becoming mass-produced with molds. And I was thinking that it could be interesting to connect these two types of factory histories of production by fermenting lithium, maybe with some other products like indigo or makgeolli. We also visited indigo master Jung Gwang-chae, who was very generous and showed us the process of how the Korean indigo is made, which is actually quite different from what I read about in my research the last few years. He uses all the original methods like burning oyster shells to make the lime for 2 hours and making his own lye out of ash. So I was very impressed to see all these different methods, as well as his wife's beautiful textile work, all hand sewn with indigo, the special fabric that is hand woven in Anzu area, as well as some dyed leather works that she made. And also learned about traditions using other materials like the beeswax and the indigo paper, which I was very fascinated to learn about because I've just started to learn how to make my own paper.